But we want to actually get some data when this happens, don't we? So how about that? So GitHub has an API. GitHub API. There we go. Version 3. All kinds of good stuff we can do. By default, all requests to https api.github.com receive the v3 version of the REST API. Let's see what happens when we go there. api.github.com. Hey, there's actually some JSON right there. Cool. We want to look up users. So users over here. Let's read about that. Get a single user. That's exactly what we want to do. So get /users/ the param username. So api.github.com/users/dplaz. There we go. It returns the avatar even. URL, HTML URL, so a link to the profile. Pretty cool. Followers, gists, whether you're a site admin, what kind of user you are, name, company, blog, location, email, whether she's hireable. Hey, you're looking for jobs on GitHub, dang it.
What does it say?
It says you're hireable.
I am. You hired me.
So you're not hireable anymore, gosh darn it.
Where does it say that? How do I turn this up?
It's all right. I doubt there are too many people like combing the API looking for people to make job offers to, but
That's how recruiters.
so hey, that works. So we could fetch it. Let's see about that. How the heck? Well, inside our GitHub user component, let's make a new method called fetch user data. Be a new arrow function, sorry. And we'll call fetch. And we want to go someplace like this. I'll make it a template literal, and I'll replace her username with colon, well, with something. What? This thing. This .props, .match, .params, .username. How about that? And that'll make a request, but it won't do anything with the results. So, as we learned, this returns a promise, and you can call then on a promise to tell it what to do after whatever the asynchronous operation is finishes. Attaches callbacks for the resolution and or rejection of the promise. So we'll run a little arrow function here. We expect to get the result back, or the response, I should say. And I expect it to look something like this. So this is some JSON. So we could just call response.json, and the kind of object that is, that'll turn it into an object. Then I can do something with that. So I will run another arrow function. This time I expect the result of parsing that JSON to be some user data. So I'll call it user, and then I'll do something with it like, for right now, how about console log user? Or just for fun, how about .user.name? How's that? User.name. So here I am. I've got the username dpalaz. Let's see what happens when I run fetch user data. I've got my React DevTools open. I'll search for my GitHub user component. Okay, so now that's $R. So in my console, I should be able to type $R dot fetch user data. And it console logged Dana Palazzo. Cool. Maybe we want to store that user in state or something. Seems like we should do something a little more useful than this. Also, it'd be nice if we ran this as soon as the page loaded. So I'll go ahead and add a constructor. Heck, we'll do it as soon as the dang thing comes into existence. The DOM doesn't need to have rendered. So we've got some fairly important props in this component. We've got history, location, and match. So let's make sure we pass our props up to the parent class constructor. I'll initialize this.state. We'll have this.state.user, and we'll just initialize that to an empty object. Then what we'll do down here is we'll set state, this.setState user, because this is already the name of my param here. So this is the same as writing user : user. So up here in the constructor, after we've initialized state, we'll go ahead and call this.fetch user data. Okay, don't see anything different yet. Let's look at our component, GitHub user. Let's look at state, and there's our user. Ladies and gentlemen, we have done what Gretchen could not. Make fetch happen. Go us.